All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Ultriva 7.7 webinar. If you can hear me, please raise your hand using the little raise your hand icon on your GoToMeeting panel. Excellent, I see several hands going up. Very good. All right, my name is Lori McNeely. I've been supporting Ultriva for more than 6 years. And joining me is Nandu Gopalan. He's been with Ultriva from the very beginning. And also joining us is Ed Conry, and he will be fielding questions as we go through the webinar. Speaking of questions, if you have a question, please use that question box on your GoToMeeting control panel. Here's where you can find that. And also, if I mentioned raising your hand, in case you could not find the raise your hand before, here's where you can find that raise your hand icon. We will be recording this webinar. We are recording it right now. We'll have it available on our help site so that you can view that in the future here on our help site. Our next webinar will be same time, third Thursday of the month, and that will be October 16th at noon Central Time. We are doing these in 7.7 or higher, and that's good because that's what we're here to talk about today is 7.7 release notes. And this is it. We will have a couple of short surveys. I believe they will be at the very end of our webinar here. So we'll jump right in here with the release notes. They are found on the help site, and without having to memorize this, if you know how to get to the help site from within Ultriva, raise your hand. I see a couple of hands going up, so a few people know about it. So in case you do not, once you're logged into Ultriva, there's a nice little help button here that will open up our help site where we have some documents, the webinars, and of course the release notes under the release notes documents here. All right, and maybe one of your questions is, hey, how do I know which version that I am on? And the way that you can tell which version that you're on, we'll jump over here to the application. If you click on applications down here in the lower corner, click about. That will tell you which version you are on. So right now, this is on version 7.7 P2, and it was built on July 24th, 2014. All right, so that's how you can tell which version that you are on. So we'll jump right into the serial number tracking. This is one of the new things that's here in the this version. So now you can track items by serial number. If you go to admin item, you'll see a nice new checkbox here that says serial controlled. And with that, that will force the supplier to enter a serial number when they go to ship the goods to you. And here's what the new little thing looks like as they go to ship the card. They would just click serial number, and then they would scan or enter the serial numbers. You can do this several at a time by separating them by commas and then pressing the add button. Or you can just enter a number, press enter, and until you have 0 remaining, in which case you would just select done, and you're good to go, and they can ship the goods. So we will come back over to the application and show how this works. So first we will check our item. I'm logged in as my plant, so if I go to admin item, if I choose my item and select edit, sure enough, I do have this one serial controlled. I do have a check mark there. We'll go ahead and save that. So now we're ready. I'll jump over to the supplier. So we're a supplier now. We're going to ship the goods. We can see how this works. I'm just going to click that. Let me go back to the home screen in case you missed it here. I'm just clicking this orders to be shipped in the next 7 days. So that'll take me directly to where I need to go. So we do have some here that are serial number controlled. If, in fact, the supplier fails to do that, if they just put the check mark here and select ship, it lets them know that it failed, and it failed because they did not enter the serial number. All right, so we'll go back here and we'll put a check mark here. We'll click on the serial number, and if we hover our mouse here, it says multiple serial numbers can be separated by a comma, and the total, you know, this has to match. We have to have 5 serial numbers in here. So we can enter these by comma, and if I press enter, it'll populate all of those. Lets us know we have 1 remaining. You can, if you make a mistake, you can highlight the one that you want, select remove, it takes that one out. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll add that one. And we have entered in everything we need to enter, so we can select done here. And now we can go ahead and ship this. So it's as easy as that. That's all the supplier has to do once you have the serial number tracking enabled. I'm not going to worry about printing the card since we're just here on the test environment. So we will come back over here and talk about the supplier material status.
Yeah, before we go into that, I think there is a question raised on this topic. We will try to address that.
Okay.
Ed, what was the question? I see some
Can
question.
serial numbers be entered via a data upload?
Yeah, currently we are working on that. We have not exposed it at this time. We will definitely, it will be a part of our integration. So when the supplier is sending an ASN, they can also send the serial number along with that.
All right.
Okay, so the next topic in here is the supplier material status. So we expanded this supplier material status report because there are a lot of queries coming in. I want to see all the customer order as well as the supplier order and what is on-hand inventory in one screen. So we expanded this to show that details. Also, as you know that we are expanding our product from end-to-end solution. So you can have your customer buying the parts from your plant, and then your plant is manufacturing, it is buying the parts from your internal work center or any other suppliers. So you can see all that information in one screen. So in this screen you can also see all the open orders, and then you can see that inventory status. So yeah, Laurie, yeah, if in inventory status, if you really see that on the left hand side, you can see all the customer orders, whatever order you are supposed to ship it to your customer, and also you can see that inventory on hand in the plant, and then you can see the orders which is with your supplier. So this scenario can be like, if you are having a distribution center, the distribution center can supply to your customers, or your finished goods raw material warehouse can supply the parts to your customers. You can see all the orders waiting from the customers in here and your on-hand inventory, and then you might be buying it from your plant. You can see the orders which you have already placed it with your supplier. So you can see all that in one snapshot. Let's go and do the demo of this particular stuff.
All right.
So in here, what we have done it is, similarly as I said, we have created a scenario where you have the finished goods warehouse. And in this finished goods warehouse, we are buying the parts from your, you are supplying to ABC Corporation, which is your customer. And also if you click on inventory status, you can see on the left hand side the orders to your customer, which is nothing but ABC Corporation. And in the middle you see that inventory which is in the finished goods warehouse. on the right hand side, you can see that the orders placed with your supplier, which is nothing but your manufacturing facility. So you can see, you can group that by due date, or you can group by the customer to supplier relationship. So you can see it whichever way you want to do it, and this will give you the complete details.
Right. All right, next we have the report scheduling. So most of the reports now that we have in Ultriva can be scheduled to run automatically. We have a nice little button where you can schedule them. And once you do that, you can schedule the frequency. If you select daily, you can have every day or every weekday, Monday through Friday. If you select weekly, you would have your choice of which day of the week. And if you choose monthly, you would have the choice of the first day, last day, or you can also select a particular day of the month that you would want the report delivered to you. And you have the option of how you want the report delivered, as an Excel attachment or as a zip attachment. The zip attachment does have the Excel document zipped up or compressed in there. And at Ultriva, we do recommend that you go ahead and maybe select zip attachment, because if the file is too large, it will not be sent, or perhaps your email system may reject the email because the attachment is too large. Sometimes there's a limit on how large of an attachment you can have. So selecting the zip attachment right off the bat here might save you some time troubleshooting later on. By default, the report will be delivered to you, but you can select additional users. It can be one additional user, or 2 or 3 or 4, kind of like the additional supplier contacts. So you have your choice of how many you want to send this report to as well. And with that, we will come back over here and see how this works. And again, this can be on any report. And here for this example, I'm going to select outstanding receipts. But for the rest of the reports, you will probably see this new button that says Schedule Report. So we will go ahead and click that. Maybe I want this every weekday, but if I did choose weekly, you get to choose which day of the week you wanted, or monthly, first day, last day, or which day. But I'm going to go daily, every weekday, so Monday through Friday. And maybe I want this to be delivered pretty much at the end of my day, after we know we're not going to be doing any more receipts. So I'll maybe say 2100 hours. And I will go ahead and select zip attachment here. I will have it delivered to myself automatically, but maybe my warehouse supervisor wants to see this report, and maybe another one of the buyers as well. And so we will go ahead and save that. And so now every weekday, every Monday through Friday, this report is going to be delivered to us at 2100 hours, I believe is what I selected. And as you can see here, we're dropped at the My Preference on the Report Subscription tab. So if we need to edit this, we can come back here and do that. In case you're not aware of how to get to My Preference, we will go through how to do that. So I'll go ahead and select, if you select My Account, and then of course My Preference, it's defaulting to our General tab, where you can set the number of records per page that you have. But we do have this Report Subscription tab here. And this was our outstanding receipts that we just created. So 9 p.m. We're going to get an email Monday through Friday for this. And if you need to, you can edit that, and maybe maybe one of the users says, nope, I don't want to receive this anymore. You can come in and edit and save that. Or if you don't need it anymore, you can just go ahead and highlight the one that you want and delete that report. So that's how these scheduled reports work.
The next topic is certification control. There are a lot of queries came from several customers asking for this. For an example, most of these companies are right now going through that low-cost regions. So in that particular case, when they ship it, they have to send some custom papers to your buyers way before they do anything, so they can get these with the system, so they can process it before the goods arrives in your facility. So how to set this up? You can go into setup, and in the item modify item, you have the certification controlled drop down, so you can select any parts which has to go through this. So you can select because this is a supplier functionality, so you can see that required at the ship. So once the supplier is trying to ship it without entering this data, the document, the system will not allow them to ship it. So they need to attach this document. Also you can see that as usual, you can every ship screen which has that add notes, attach notes. So you can attach this document to that. So we are enforcing them to attach the document before they ship the goods to your facility. So this control tab, you can also do it through the item load. You can send this as a flag, and then it will automatically set this flag for you. So you don't have to go to each and every individual item and do that. So if you need to know about that, we can provide you the field name, so you can attach it so that it will automatically select that particular certification control flag. So now let us go back to the demo. So if you can go into the item, you can see that certification control. This particular part we have already set this up so that we can show that as a demo. So once you select this and then save this part, you can go back to the supplier. So when the supplier, as usual, action ship. So you can see that you can select the part number, and if you don't attach anything and try to ship it, so you can see that it will fail, stating that your certification information is required. So you can go back and select that part number, and then if you have multiple parts who go having the same certification, you can select both of them, and then click on attach notes, attach it. So you can say the certification document, and then pick the document. The document most probably we will support only the PDFs, JPEG, the images, PDF or Word or Notepad, text document, and you can upload that. You can see that in case if there is anything wrong, you can remove that also. So once you complete it, if you click done, it will ask you whether you want to attach the same document for all the selected cards. If that is true, then you can select all that and then ship. So so once you do that, the good card will be shipped. To review that, you can go into reports and view notes, and you can select that today's or current week, and then you can see that particular attachment is attached to this. And then if you click onto the thing, it will open up. You can also download and make sure that that's the right document if you want to see. So this is just to make the supplier, make sure that the document is correct before the goods arrives. If there is any issues or any changes they have to make it, they can go into add notes and attach it again. Okay, now let us go back as a plant, how the plant user can see. So even in the if you click on action and receive, the receiving doc user can also download this document. So if you click the show cards, so you can see that on the left hand side, if you click any one of them, it will open up, and you can download this document, and you can even your receiving team can open it, and if they have to do some processing, they can do that. Also, yeah, if the buyers or anybody else, they can also see that as a view notes. The same way the supplier is seeing the notes. And they can also download this, like how the suppliers can verify. The same way the buyer or anybody else in your traffic team needs to validate it, they can validate this. And also what you can do is you can create a rule. If you create a rule to get emails or attachment, if any notes are added to the system, so this will send an email with that attachment to your Outlook. So every time the supplier ships the good with the certification, you don't need to go into Ultriva to download this. You can get it as an attachment in your email, and then you can process that.
All right. All right. Next, we have some search enhancements that have been made. If everybody knows, we have a little search button down here where you can search for item numbers, suppliers, and that sort of thing. One thing that has been added now is you can search by item description. And also the plant name is now on the card results list, so you know which plant or work center the card is associated with. And also now you can print and export. Those options are now added to this as well. And now also the number of records displayed uses what's set in your user settings, whereas in the past all of these, I believe, defaulted to 10 records per page. So now it's going to use whatever your user settings are for this. And with that, now we can go ahead and do a demo of how this search works. So maybe clean this up a little bit. We'll go to the home screen. So maybe I have some names that, part names that start with widget. I can go ahead and search for that. So I have 4 items that start with that description. I do have 115 cards that are associated with all of those 4 items. And then, as you can see, if anybody was paying attention earlier, I set my preference to 25 records per page. And now, sure enough, I do have 1 through 25 showing here. And 0 suppliers showing as well. So 4 items, 115 cards. So now we have this lovely little export button here. So if we select export, we can go ahead and that will open up in Excel for us. And sure enough, we have 4 items here. Each one of these is opening up in a separate tab. So we have our item search tab, a card search tab, and a supplier search tab. So sure enough, we do have the 4 items showing, and this is all of the card information showing where the cards are, the state that they're in, and sure enough, we have 115 of those. And of course, our data set is empty. There were no suppliers here. So this is how the new searching works, and I'm really loving myself. I love this that is using my preference for the number of rows to display. All right, so we will jump back here, and now we are next spike order entry.
Yeah, the next topic and enhancement is spike order entry. So before we used to get a lot of inquiries from the customers asking, okay, when I'm creating a spike order, I want to tell the supplier that, hey, this has to be air freight, or this is very urgent, I need to get it immediately. So what we have done it is we have added a small notes when you are creating the spike order in the same screen. Also, you can, for an example, if your engineering is asking for some parts just for revision purpose, so you can also create a spike order with the notes, and you can attach the revision drawing along with the spike orders, so that the supplier can get that new revision drawing as well as the notes, and they can act accordingly. So we can go into the demo and see how it works in the real environment.
Right.
So when you go to actions and spike order, in the spike order you can pick the part you want to place an order, and you can see a small notes. If you click that, it will open up, and it is a small thing, so you can say that please expedite or send it as early as possible, or air freight, or this particular truck you send it, or whatever information you want to put that in, you can attach that. And if you want to attach some kind of a revision or drawings, you can attach it like any other place, like the certification. You can do the same thing in here too, so that you can publish it to the supplier. So once you are done, you can validate that and place an order. So if you might have created the rule, it automatically the email will go to them. So if you want to verify that thing, you can go into reports and click on view notes. You can see that notes in here for that particular part number, whatever you have created it. So that way you can clearly see, the supplier can see, even they can get it as an email. This is a notes priority, so they can clearly see that in the view also.
All right, and with that, these certainly are not all of the release notes. We do have quite a few others. Do we have a question?
Lori,
yes.
We have a lot of questions in here.
Okay, excellent.
Yes. So Ed, did you want to drive through?
Yes, let's start with serial numbers. There's a couple questions. One of them was, can serial numbers be skipped if the supplier can't enter it at the time that they need to ship the part? So is there a way for them to bypass that?
Currently, if you set the flag in the system, we are enforcing them to enter the serial number. If it is a specific request, we can look into that. Currently, if you at the item level, if you set the flag, it will force them to enter that. Without that, they cannot ship the goods.
Okay. And can the serial numbers be interfaced to the ERP system through the integration, either receipt or ship?
Yes, that is what we are working on. It will also be available. Currently, we have not exposed that. Definitely, it will be exposed in the next release. So when the supplier is shipping the parts, we can get it as an ASN, and then we can update your system. Or if it is going to be receive integration, we can transfer the data to your ERP system.
Okay. We had another question about serial numbers. Can the serial numbers be used in any sorting or control? Or are they primarily a text field?
Currently, it is just a text field. We have not done anything on that, but if we can provide me more information, we can definitely look into that.
Okay.
At this time, it is just a text field. So
and can they be entered via scan?
Yes. Yes, if you have multiple things in the serial box, you can scan one after the other. That will take it.
Okay. And then the next batch will be with regard to certificates. Does the certificate functionality also apply to the eKanban module?
In this release, we have not added to the customer Kanban. definitely that is one of the things which will be added into the next release.
Okay. And it says certifications, can they be set up at the supplier level in addition to the item level?
Oh, currently we have it only at the item level. Yeah, definitely that's a very valid point. We can definitely talk to our engineering to see that whether it can be added to the supplier level. Yes,
okay.
that's a very valid input. We will definitely look into that.
Okay, and it looks like one final question, and that would be, is there a cost for the upgrade? How much downtime is required for that upgrade, and how much work is it at the plant level to complete that upgrade?
Oh, that's a very good question. The cost, as you know, that all the upgrades is a part of our commitment. So there is no cost involved in that, unless otherwise you have some customization. We did it for specifically for you. If that has to be imported into the newer version, that will be there will be some additional cost. Otherwise, we want everybody to be in the latest version. So we want to promote as quick as possible and as early as possible. So upgrades are always as a part of your pricing. So you don't have to pay anything extra for that. The second one is downtime required for upgrade. It depends upon the version you are in today. So for an example, if you are in 6.3, you want to move it to 7.7, it might take 4 or 5 hours of downtime. If you are in 7.6 to move to 7.7, it may take a couple of hours. So it depends upon the version, and you can try to talk to your coordinator or the professional services. They can definitely help you out in figuring it how long it will take, and then they can also work with you to create the change control document so that they can give you the testing. So in case if there are few specific things which is specific to your plant, they will give you the test cases so you can test it and approve it, and then we can move it to the production. The plant level, how much time required, it depends upon the implementation. So if you have all the things like internal, external, and customer module, then it will take longer time. If it is a only supplier module, it might take a little shorter time. So it depends upon case to case. It will vary.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions at this time?
That looks like everything.
Okay. Something that I'm not sure I completely pointed out very well yet. This is kind of the release notes document. You can find that on our help site. But we certainly did not go over everything today. We did not have that amount of time here. So you can kind of go through the document at your leisure and see what else that we did not go over. We tried to hit the highlights that are going to apply to most people. But as you can see, there are some additional enhancements and some things that we did not get to today. And with that, we do have a poll question for you regarding what you have seen today. So I'll go ahead and launch that for you. I believe you can answer, you can select more than one answer here. Which one of these is going to provide, do you think is going to provide the most benefit to you? So go ahead and answer. I see several votes coming in. Don't forget to press the submit button there. All right, still see a lot of votes coming in. All right, looks like some things have leveled off, so go ahead and press that submit button here real quick, and then I'll close the poll. All right, and I will share that with you. It looks like we've got some of everything here, but definitely two of the big ones looks like supplier material status and the searching enhancements. All right, we will go ahead and hide that. We do have another question for you about future webinars. And we'll go ahead and we will launch that as well. So what would you like to learn about in future webinars? More about our internal module, maybe the production sequencing, the customer module, request for quote or non-conformance. So go ahead, if you have a couple of them that look pretty interesting, go ahead and select and submit your answers. All right, I still see some votes coming in. All right, looks like votes are leveling off here. Leave it open about another 5 seconds. All right, we'll go ahead and close that. And thank you all for voting. And we will go ahead and share that so everybody can see what it looks like. 3 big ones here. It looks like internal module, production sequencing, and the non-conformance. So lets us know how interested you all are in some additional topics here. So I believe I'll go ahead and we'll hide that. All right, very good. And that is what we have for today. So definitely appreciate you spending part of your day with us and look forward to seeing you again next month. And if you have any questions or need anything else, my contact information is on the screen. And any other questions pop in here in the last few minutes?
Nope, no more.
All right, very good. Thank you all very much.